Hello and welcome to the show. Let me show my camera. Hello, welcome to the show. And so I'm watching the Bills game as we're trying to do the show. Currently, if you're keeping track at home, the Bills are winning 38 to 28. They're playing the Lions today. With 11 minutes and 51 seconds. The Lions no, wait a minute. The Bills just got a touchdown. The Bills just got a touchdown. It's now 44 to 28. So, it looks like the Bills are going to win. But anything can happen between now and then. I'll keep you posted on how the Bills game goes throughout the show. I want to start by talking about Grandma's recipes because Elizabeth asked if I sent her the blueberry coffee cake recipe, and I made this comment to her earlier via text because it's important. If your goal is to recreate the recipe exactly like Grandma Lolly made it, you must use the brands. There are no substitutions, if that makes sense. If you want to alter the recipe a little and you don't want it exactly like Grandma's, then you can use different brands. But I put the brand names on there for a reason. And remember, when I was doing this, I was there. We were making the stuff. So you've got to put it in this perspective. So we were actually making the stuff, and then I was over on the computer, and I was typing it out, and I used the actual recipe cards. And I knew what brands we were using. So that's why the brand names are on there. Yeah, that's why the brand names are on there, because I knew what we used, number one. I knew what we used, and I followed the exact recipe. I had the recipe card right in front of me, and I typed it up, and I figured I knew, and I didn't really know, but I knew there would be one day when Grandma wouldn't be alive anymore, and we wouldn't have access to the recipe cards. So that's one reason I typed up the most known recipe, the most well-known or the most requested recipes. And I put them in a file. And yes, I put them in a file. And I made sure to notate what brand names we used so that in the future, when we wanted to make these recipes, we know exactly what brand names to use. And I say this because we've made several of her recipes before, but we didn't use the exact same brands, and I could tell because we didn't use the exact same brands, it didn't taste quite like the original. Now, I have never made, I think I want to try the peanut butter blossoms this year. I think this year I want to recreate the peanut butter blossoms. And I'll use the exact same brand names. Yes, I'll use the exact same brand names. And I'm going to try to... Now, I don't have an oven here. I have the Ninja Foodi, which is a convection oven. But I'd like to try... Yeah, I want to try and see if this works. Use the exact same brands that Grandma used, and see if I can recreate Grandma's recipe. So, again, I don't really mean to sound like a stickler, but if your goal is to create an exact replica of Grandma's recipes like the blueberry coffee cake, I must insist you use the exact same brands. You don't alter the brand names. And I actually went shopping today and I went to the Price Chopper and I realized they still have the Davis baking powder and they still make the King Arthur unbleached. Now it has to be unbleached all-purpose flour. So I just thought I'd get that off my chest. I don't have Grandma Lolly's. No, unfortunately, I don't have Grandma Lolly's carrot cake recipe. Yes, King Arthur is the best. That's what we used at middle school. Yeah, that's what we used at middle school, and it contains the best ingredients. So, uh, so just Elizabeth and Alex. Uh, oh, okay. I'm pretty yes. Dad has all of the recipe cards. Yes, Dad has all of the original recipe cards, and I just took down some of the recipes, so I'll have to get that from Dad sometime. We're gonna take a break. I'll give you an update. Uh, the Bills are still 45 to 28 with 9:23 left in the fourth quarter, and we'll be back. We'll have some, and we'll have some more. Yeah, so if you can't tell, I'm trying to watch the Bills game and do the show at the same time. Right now, uh, they're within field goal range, so they're about to kick a field goal, and it's good. So they're up by 48-35 with just about 2 minutes left to go in the game. And I'm sorry that I haven't really been able to focus. Again, I've been trying to watch the Bills game. I'll try to do the show at the same time. Anyway, for Rachel and Rod, we were talking about Grandma Lolly's recipes in the last segment, and I said if your goal is to recreate the exact same recipe as Grandma Lolly would make it, you have to stick to the same brands. And I bring this up because Elizabeth requested the blueberry coffee cake recipe, and I sent to her over text this morning that if you want to recreate the same recipe, you've got to stick to the same brands. I know, Rachel, when you made the dump it cake, you substituted some of the brands. And I think you had a good reason to do so. And then we tried to make the peanut butter blossoms, but we used different flour and we used different sugar, and that threw the taste off. So what I'd like to try to do this year, I want to recreate the peanut butter blossoms, but I want to use the exact same brand names. And I know I have the Ninja Foodi, which is essentially an oven. It's a convection oven. I know it's not the same as a regular oven, but it can bake. So this Christmas, at least, I would like to try to use the same brand names. And I put the brand names down there for a reason. And again, what you may not have realized is when I wrote down the recipes, we were making the stuff, and I was just over at the computer, and I was putting the recipes down, and I had the recipe card right in front of me, so I knew what brand names we used. And this is something I learned directly from Grandma herself. Grandma once told me that whoever wrote the original recipe did it before and succeeded. So there's no point in altering the recipe or not following the recipe to the exact letter. And it depends on what your goal is. But again, if your goal is to recreate the exact same recipe as Grandma would make, I insist that you follow it to the letter and you don't change the brand names. Otherwise, you may not get the result that you want. So, again, I don't really mean to be a stickler, but I just thought I'd bring it up one more time because, and I don't know, is your goal now? I didn't get an answer, Elizabeth, earlier, but is your goal to make it exactly the same as Grandma's, or do you just want to use the brands that you want to use? If it were up to me, I would stick with the same brands because I would want to recreate the same recipe as Grandma's was exactly. That means using King Arthur flour, using the exact same brands that I have on the recipe. So, and I'll stop. I'm sorry for intimidating you, but okay. Okay, you're actually using the recipe as a starting point. Okay. I'm curious to know how it turns out. Okay. So, are you going to follow the same brand names, or are you just going to use whatever flour and sugar you have? It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh, that's good. You did get King. Yes. Yes. If I were to say one thing, you want to use King Arthur flour for all the recipes, and I have a dozen more that if you want me to send them. Yes. If if one thing you want to keep the same is King Arthur flour, I insist that you use the King Arthur flour for all the recipes because that would at least recreate it to almost the same extent. Well, we're going to take another break. I'm going to get back to watching the Bills game, and coming up next, you'll be the first to see it. I will reveal the design of my upstate New York, my New York State Road Warrior bumper sticker that I got help from, that actually Elizabeth designed. So you don't want to miss it, and we'll be back. It is getting exciting. We're within 25 seconds left to go in the game. And Detroit's in the red zone. They could score here. I'm just trying to watch and see what they do. Yeah, it's first and goal. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did they get it? No. No, they did not. It's so close. I mean, this is intense. SU, they're playing in a bowl game. Yeah, SU, they're playing in a bowl game. On December 27th, they're playing the Holiday Bowl. Yes, they're playing the Holiday Bowl in San Diego on December 27th. And, ooh! Another close one in the end zone, but it falls out of the hands of falls out of the hands of Patrick on the Lions. They have 16 seconds. Turn it off. And they are within field goal range. No. They don't get it. Wait a minute. The Lions just scored a touchdown. Okay, so now it is. The Lions just scored. Yeah, Detroit just scored. So now it's 48-41 pending the extra point with 12 seconds left. Let's see if Buffalo can hold on. And the kick is good. So right now it's 48-42 with 12 seconds left. I don't know what they can do. I don't know what they can do with 12 seconds left. Yes, I would agree with that. Our new coach did make an incredible difference. Absolutely. And our quarterback was excellent as well. Okay. We have 12 seconds. Buffalo has one timeout. Detroit has two timeouts. So, what's going to happen? Who knows? While we wait for the score, let me reveal Let me reveal the design for this is Elizabeth's design for the New York State Road Warrior bumper sticker, and I think it's impressive. I really like this. She's gonna put the places where I would usually go, but I understand that it couldn't really fit. So I'm glad. I like what you have. You could also put dots. You could also put dots on the state part. Yeah, you could, like this, you could put, where are the dots? You could try to put dots, like, you could take this, yeah, you could take this dot, and you could just make them small, and put dots all across the state, like I'm doing here, and maybe just label them. I was actually going to do a directional arrow like this, which I don't have. Oh, now it's no. Yeah, I was actually gonna put the directional arrow going in different directions, and and do it that way. And these are all pro. But and I was also going to put on the bottom like where will you guess where you'll find me today or something like that. Uh, but this is impressive. This is an impressive design, and I like what I see thus far. So, good job, and thank you for designing this. It really blew me out of the water. So, yeah, that's what I try. That's what I'm trying to say. And there have been so many places in the state that I've been. Yes, and keep in mind there have been many. There have been many dots. There have been many places around the state that I've been for work. So we don't want to crowd the. We don't want to crowd the page, but there would be just maybe a few dots here and there. And one of the speaking of the places that I've been, I was in Best Western Clifton Park actually, because I had a work arrangement in Greenwich, New York, and this is out the window. This is out the window of the hotel room. Greenwich, so Greenwich Clifton Park, that's east of here. That's in the capital region. The USDA. Yes, I did printers for the USDA. And as you can see, this was my hotel room. And it was pretty good for the price. I enjoyed the hotel. And yes. Yeah, so Greenwich is about, I think, maybe 25 minutes east of Saratoga. Yeah, so Greenwich is about 25 minutes east of Saratoga. And just to give you some context. Final score of the Bills game. Buffalo wins it with a score of, hold on, I just had it right here. 48-42. Buffalo wins. So congratulations to Buffalo. And I think in that occasion we should play. We gotta play the Bills make me want to shout song. I know I have it somewhere here. So hold on 1 second. So in celebration of the Bills' win, please enjoy this next song, and we'll be back with the Bumper Dump It. Yes, and then we'll be back with Bumper Dump It coming up next. Thank you for tuning. Thank you for tuning in, Aunt Janet, and hope you have a great week as well. And we're not quite going back to the music. Yeah, but we're not quite going back to the music just yet. This is the Bumper to Dump It segment. And welcome back, Elizabeth and Alex. I mean, it's okay if you signed off. I was just surprised that you did. Um, anyway, we're gonna start with. We're gonna start by. We're gonna start this off by a song you may or may not have heard. You probably didn't hear. It's by Lavina. It's called "Perfect Life," and I think it was on European Song Contest. And it might sound similar to another song, but here we go. This is Lavina with Perfect Life, and let me know what you think of it. And this is another song my friend Matt introduced to me. So here we go. And though these two songs, both songs you heard were songs that my best friend Matt introduced to me. So please thank him for it. And I think Rachel and Rod signed off, so we didn't get their vote. I'm texting them now. Next up, because it was Vanessa Hudgens' birthday two days ago, so in honor of that, yes, that's their nickname. That's their nickname. Ken, actually, the uncle of AJR, actually called called them that. Uh, so yeah, we're just waiting. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to keep bugging people to do what they're supposed to. Okay. So that all gets unanimous votes. No, that's something that we've come up with. R2. Yep, I referred to Rachel and Rod as R2, and I said that Ken, the uncle of AJR, called you that as at the wedding in the Dominican Republic. Yes, R2D2. I like that. So in honor of Vanessa Hudgens' birthday 2 days ago, I believe she is. Let me find it. Let me find. In honor of Vanessa Hudgens' birthday, which was 2 days, she is 36, so same age as me. So we're gonna play a lost and forgotten hit of hers. Also introduced to me by my friend Matt. So please thank him for it. This is Say Okay, and I hope you like it as much as we do. Vanessa Hudgens, Say Okay, coming at you right now. And we're almost done with the show. So, Rachel, you voted for this song. What about the other song? Did you hear the Vanessa Hudgens song? Can we get on? Could we get your vote for? Okay, thank you. Well, except for the last one, every song that tonight had unanimous bumps, so that's pretty good. And once again, the first three songs were introduced. The first three songs that you heard tonight were introduced to me by my friend Matt. So please be sure to thank him for it, and he'll have more. I'm sure he'll have more to give me next week. And can you believe it? We're only 10 days till Christmas. We're only 10 days till Christmas. Unbelievable. Time is just flying by. It's hard to believe, but time is just flying by. We're 10 days out from Christmas. And next week, I know Elizabeth and I think probably Alex will be here. So hopefully on the I want to say the 21st. The 21st, I'd like everybody to come over and decorate our tree. I forgot to show you, but we have the tree up. So, and you can all see it if you're available to come over on the 21st. So, and that's when we're decorating the tree. So, again, time is just flying by. And I hope to see everybody when they come for Christmas. I know we're invited back out to Rod's parents for Christmas Eve. And so, thank you everyone for listening. Mazel tov. I'm signing off. And everyone stay forever living. And we'll be back here same time. We'll be back to the regular Saturday. We'll be back to the regular Saturday schedule next week. So everybody have a good night, and we will sign off.